Hello, and today I'm going to show you how to make a scrolling maze game on Scratch. Start off, let's get rid of the cat and just replace it with a, let's say, just a coloured blob. That'll be nice and simple. You can obviously change this, make it into anything you want. That'll do. Maybe give it a bit of a nicer outline. There. Okay. So now we're going to put the flag there and make it so it's forever going to go to the mouse pointer. Know what am I saying? It's going to go to the scroll. It's always going to go to the center, but we're going to create a variable called scrollX and scroll Y. Now we're going to make a new sprite. This is going to be the maze. Let's add well, we'll do that later. And now we're just going to make it so instead of going to the 0, 0, it's forever going to go to scroll X and scroll Y. Okay, so now we should see that that's going to go to 0, 0, and if left is pressed, it's going to change scroll X by -5, which was, yeah, let's change that so it's going to go to 0 minus scroll X, and that's going to go to 0 minus scroll Y. And now you should see that that's going to work. Okay, now we're going to just check whether right is pressed. Change X by 5, and when up or down is pressed, it's going to change scroll Y by -5 and by 5 rather, and scroll Y by -5 when we're going down. So now you can see we can head off in any direction we want, and it's all scrolling around nicely. So now we're just going to make it so that the player is going to detect when it bumps into sprite 2. To do this, we're just going to change X by -10 whilst we're going right. No, what am I doing? Whilst we're going left. And if it is not touching sprite 2, it's going to, well, allow you to move. And we'll duplicate this for each of these, but be sure to make sure you change X by 10 again, and then just change it by 10 again before you move it like that. And as you can see, it's gone back to the center, so that's the kind of module thing we'll do. So now just duplicate that, and we're going to just put that in there and reverse this. Put that back. And now we're just going to duplicate it again, replace it with change Y by 10. And now we're just going to change Y by 10 and change Y by -10 there before we check that it's going up. We're going to change scroll Y by 5, and then we're just going to move it down. And as you can see here, it should now detect collisions. As you can see, we can't move down as we haven't added that yet. So now just duplicate it again, change Y by -10, change Y by 10 there to make sure it goes back to the center. And as you can see, now we should be able to move down. Just make sure that you set it so that's something you can do. as you can see, that's now working. But we're just going to adjust this a bit to make it a bit more efficient and accurate. So let's change x by -2 instead. Change it by 2, change it by 4 there, and let's not duplicate our scripts. And then change x by -4 there. Actually, no, -6. And then we're just going to... Oh, what am I doing? -4. Ooh, let's not do that as x. Change y by -2. And then change it by 4 there. Change x by 2 there. And it should hopefully be in the center. If we do that, which it wasn't. Okay, so now let's see what has gone weirdly. Maybe it was -4 there, 4. Change it by 2 probably, yeah. That hasn't really fixed anything. Of course I wouldn't. Okay, let's change it by 2 there. And change x by -2 there. That's fixed it. As you can see, now we've got some nice collisions occurring. Okay, as you can see, we're having a bit of a thing when we hit that there. It's not correctly detecting it, so let's change that. Yeah. Yeah, let's make sure it's going to move up a little there. Okay, that'll do. That's made it pretty consistent. No, all we've done is shift it down. Let's change it by -0.5 instead, see what happens if we... Yeah, I'd rather have it if you're going up, so let's just change it back to that. And that should work just fine for our purposes. It can be done better, but I would say it's probably better than in the other maze game we did. So now we're just going to design the maze. So let's just make it similar to what we did in the last maze game. Make it black at the borders. Let's just remove that. Make an orange background. We're going to fix that, don't worry. Okay, now we're just going to have it so it's going to start there. And then we're going to move it. And then the player is going to go up a bit, like that. Let's make it a bit more cramped for it. Okay. Let's increase that bit. We can actually have this larger than the stage. I'm just going to do this quickly. There. And now let's see what happens if we wax. Oh, let's get rid of that orange. It's going to cause collisions. Put the orange here instead. Yeah, that's an issue. Let's see if we can fix that. Okay, let's just remove all of that stuff we did earlier. Yeah, let's just make the collisions a bit bigger again. It's glitching slightly, so I think this is for the best. Yeah, that's glitchy. Yeah, I think let's just make one side of collisions a bit weaker than the other. Yeah, this isn't gonna really solve much. Yeah, we'll just accept it. Come on. Oh dear. Just stop that for a second. And okay, that should hopefully be working. Hopefully. Let's just make it so it actually has a spawn position, which will be around there. Okay, scroll X, -195, set Y to around there. That was a bit ridiculous. Okay. Okay, what have we done there? That's better. We hadn't properly sorted out collisions. I see you. Okay, just get rid of any things that you didn't intend it to be, like that, and then it should work. Okay, now I'm just going to move this like that to demonstrate what we can do when it's scrolling. Okay, and now I think that will do. Let's just make it green there in order to allow us to finish the game. Okay, probably not going to be able to detect that, so let's just get rid of that for now. Let's zoom out a bit and make it so it's centered around where it was before. Ooh, whoops. Yeah, I do. Okay, so now you can see that we've got the main part of this maze game done. Yeah, there's a few bugs. If you mess around with the maze, it will become easier to avoid them. Okay, that's too thin there. That should hopefully be better. Nope. Okay, now hopefully that's going to work. And there we still have that selected. And let's just fix that bit, and then move that there, maybe just make it a bit less thick. Extend that bit. And that looks like it's too thick as well. There. Now, hopefully, it's going to be working fine. Yep. Okay, now let's just duplicate that. And where the finish markers, which is somewhere there, around there, we're going to put a little green patch. And if you drag that down, you should eventually be able to get it down there. Just start off that script, and that's probably around the right place. There. Yeah, you can use arrow keys to navigate that kind of thing. That'll do for demonstration. Okay, so now let's just make it so if it's touching that green colour, it's going to, well, stop all. And now you should see that the maze game is complete if I haven't messed up the collision thing again. Okay, now, finally, that's done. But I think there's something. Oh, there. There, done. As you can see, it stopped when we got to the end. Let's make it a bit trickier. So we're going to make it so it's a dark maze. So we're going to add a little effect here. Let's make it a square and, well, have it like that. Not too big. And then just make it solid black. Go around the outside, and we should then, as you can see, have a little part of light there. Make sure it's at 0, 0, and it's forever going to go to front. That's nice. That's nice. and that. And now let's just implement a kind of time thing, which will, well, let's just make it so there's a kind of score about time. Okay, so we're going to reset timer at the beginning, and then it's just going to say timer before it ends. And we're going to join your time was maybe have another join, so we put a little exclamation mark. Make sure there's a space there. And join the timer. And then we're going to just put the exclamation mark. And as you can see, we've got a kind of dark maze game. Let's make it a bit more that colour scheme. A bit lighter since he's the one with the torch. Okay. And at the end, let's just broadcast something to stop that from appearing so we can actually see what's going on. Stop over sprites and script and go to back. And we'll, well, no, just hide. And now you can see that we can complete the game. And we should see that in order to add levels, we'll, instead of stopping all, we'll just change level by 1, set level to 1 at the beginning, and it will and sprite 2 is always going to switch to costume level. Same with sprite 3, which is where the, well, finishes. And let's stop that message from doing anything. Let's just wait like 2 seconds before it shows again. Put that there instead. And if you added another level for this, I'm just going to flip some of that there. Maybe make that a bit different. Like that, maybe. And then the other thing should stay in its correct position as we haven't changed that much in that level. Okay. Now that should be done. Nope. Let's make sure that it's going back to its original position. And don't reset the level. Okay, and now that should be done as you move from quite a high level. So there's a set level 2, and as you can see, it changes. And that is me done for today. So feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. feel free to also leave a like and all that, and bye.